Arnold Schwarzenegger. Personal. Born July 30, 1947, in Graz, Austria, son of Gustav, a police officer, and Aurelia Jadrny Schwarzenegger, married Maria Shriver, a journalist, April 26, 1986. Children: Catherine, Christina, Patrick, Christopher. Education: University of Wisconsin Superior, B.A. Business and International Economics, 1980. Hobbies and other interests: horseback riding, reading, travel, classical music, art, motorcycles. Addresses: Home Santa Monica, CA. Office Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, State Capitol Building, Sacramento, California, 95814. Career: actor, politician, fitness expert, and entrepreneur. Bodybuilder, 1962–76, health club manager and instructor in Munich, Germany. Producer of Mr. Olympia/Mr. International Competition, 1975–81, Special Olympics, National Weight Training Coach, 1977, International Weight Training Coach, 1979, President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports, Chair, 1990–93, California Governor's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports, former Chairman, Governor of California, 2003. Actor in films, including, as Arnold Strong, The Long Goodbye, United Artists, UA, 1973, Stay Hungry, UA, 1976, Pumping Iron, documentary, Cinema 5, 1977, The Villain, Columbia, 1979, Conan the Barbarian, Universal, 1982, Conan the Destroyer, Universal, 1983, The Terminator, Orion, 1984, Commando, 20th Century Fox, 1985, Red Sonja, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer/UA, 1985, Raw Deal, De Laurentiis Entertainment Group, 1986, Predator, 20th Century Fox, 1987, The Running Man, TriStar, 1987, Red Heat, TriStar, 1988, Twins, Universal, 1988, Kindergarten Cop, Universal, 1990, Total Recall, TriStar, 1990, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, TriStar, 1991, Feed, documentary, Original Cinema, 1992, and executive producer, Last Action Hero, Columbia, 1993, Beretta's Island, Phoenix Group, 1994, True Lies, 20th Century Fox, 1994, Junior, Universal, 1994, Eraser, Warner Brothers, 1996, Terminator 2, 3D, also known as T2 3D, Battle Across Time, 1996, Batman and Robin, Warner Brothers, 1997, On Wings as Eagles, Paramount, 1998, I Am Legend, Warner Brothers, 1998, as Jericho Kane, End of Days, Universal, 1999, as Adam Gibson, The Sixth Day, Columbia, 2000, as Gordy Brewer, Collateral Damage, Warner Brothers, 2002, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, 2003, and, as Prince Happy, Around the World in 80 Days, 2004. Actor in television films, including The Jane Mansfield Story, CBS TV, 1980. Director for television, including episode of Tales from the Crypt, HBO, 1990, and movie Christmas in Connecticut, TNT, 1992. Lecturer on fitness and bodybuilding, Wide World of Sports, ABC TV, former commentator for bodybuilding events. Founder, Oak Productions Incorporated, Planet Hollywood, Restaurant, New York, New York. Co-owner, 1991–2000. American Media Incorporated, Executive Editor of Muscle and Fitness and Flex, Magazines, 2004. Military Service, Austrian Army, 1965. Awards, Honors. 13 World Champion Bodybuilding titles, 1965–80, including Mr. Universe, Mr. World, and Mr. Olympia. Golden Globe Award for Best Newcomer in Films, Hollywood Foreign Press Association, 1976, for Stay Hungry. National Association of Theater Owners Showist Special Award for International Star of the Year, 1985, and International Star of the Decade, 1993. National Leadership Award for Support of Holocaust Studies, Simon Wiesenthal Center, 1991, 1997, MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance. 1992, for Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Golden Globe nomination for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture. 1995, for Junior Bambi Award, International Film. 1996, Honorary Doctorate, University of Wisconsin Superior. 1996, Golden Apple Award for Male Star of the Year. 1996, Golden Camera Award, Germany. 1996, Humanitarian Award, Shoist. 1997, Blockbuster World Artist Award. 1998, American Cinematheque Award. 1998, Saturn Award nomination for Best Actor, Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. 2001, for The Sixth Day, Taurus Honorary Award, World Stunt Awards. 2001, Honorary Doctorate, Chapman University. 2002, Maverick Tribute Award, Cinequest San Jose Film Festival. 2004, Star at 6764 Hollywood Boulevard Hollywood Walk of Fame. Writings. With Douglas Kent Hall, Arnold, The Education of a Bodybuilder, Simon & Schuster, New York, New York, 1977. With Douglas Kent Hall, Arnold's Body Shaping for Women, Simon & Schuster, New York, New York, 1979. With Bill Dobbins, Arnold's Bodybuilding for Men, Simon & Schuster, New York, New York, 1981, revised as Arnold's New Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, 1998. With Bill Dobbins and Bruce Algra, Arnold's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, Simon & Schuster, New York, New York, 1985. With Charles Gaines, Arnold's Fitness for Kids Ages Birth to 5, A Guide to Health, Exercise, and Nutrition, Doubleday, New York, New York, 1993. With Charles Gaines, Arnold's Fitness for Kids Ages 6 to 10, A Guide to Health, Exercise, and Nutrition, Doubleday, New York, New York, 1993. With Charles Gaines, Arnold's Fitness for Kids Ages 11 to 14, A Guide to Health, Exercise, and Nutrition, Doubleday, New York, New York, 1993. Author of syndicated bodybuilding column, Ask Arnold. Contributor to periodicals, including Newsweek and Muscles and Fitness. Sidelights. Perhaps no one person embodies the possibilities underlying the American dream more than Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Austrian-born bodybuilder who came to the United States with the goals of becoming a film actor and marrying a member of the Kennedy family. Not only did he become one of the most well-known actors in the world and wed a Kennedy in the person of television journalist Maria Shriver, but Schwarzenegger also went a step further. He got himself elected governor of the state of California in a quirky 2003 contest that had the Republican action hero pitted against not only the current Democratic governor in an overwhelmingly Democratic state, but also a political lineup that resembled nothing so much as a guest list for the Jerry Springer show. Blessed with an unusual physique that limited his acting roles, Schwarzenegger rose to fame through his work on action films such as Predator, The Terminator, True Lies, and Collateral Damage, balancing those films with the lighter Fair Twins and Kindergarten Cop that endeared him as well to a less action-oriented audience. This balancing act extended into Schwarzenegger's off-screen life as well, a successful real estate investor and restaurateur who was the first U.S. civilian to own a military transport vehicle. He also motivated young people to improve their health as chairman of the President's Council on Physical Fitness from 1990 to 1993. And has served as international weight training coach for the Special Olympics since 1979. Arnold is the embodiment of the superior man, film director John Milius explained to Rolling Stone contributor Bill Zema, describing the public Schwarzenegger. Arnold is the Nietzschean man. There's something wonderfully primeval about him, harking back to the real basic foundational stuff, steel and strength and will. That strength and will came in particularly handy when he took on the governor's job in California and faced a host of budgetary crises and a failing bond rating. The determination to excel. Arnold Alois Schwarzenegger was born on July 30, 1947, in Graz, Austria, and grew up in the village of Thal, where his father, Gustav Schwarzenegger, a champion curler who had served in the German Sturmabteilung, or SA, during the Nazi regime, was the police chief. During Schwarzenegger's childhood, Austria was still recovering in the wake of World War II, and such luxuries as indoor plumbing, telephones, and refrigerators were non-existent in his home until Arnold was a teenager. Family life was regimented by Schwarzenegger's father, a strict disciplinarian who valued nutrition and athletics, Arnold and his older brother, Meinhard, woke daily at dawn to begin their morning chores, after which they had to complete an exercise routine before breakfast. Schwarzenegger began playing soccer as a child, and at the age of 12 was playing wing for the Graz Athletic Club's senior-level team. Beginning weightlifting as a way to strengthen his legs for soccer, he soon became fascinated with the transformative power of bodybuilding. By the age of 15, soccer was history, and Schwarzenegger was now studying anatomy and developing training routines designed to maximize the results of his hard work. His parents, concerned by their son's new obsession, only allowed Schwarzenegger to go to the gym 3 times a week. Unwilling to compromise, he set up a gym at home in an unheated room, where he worked out daily, regardless of the cold. After graduating from high school in 1965, Schwarzenegger enlisted in the Austrian army, where the familiar regimentation appealed to him. In addition to his responsibilities as a soldier, which included driving a tank, Schwarzenegger continued his strenuous training regimen. Unlike the Schwarzenegger home, where meat had been served once a week, the army diet was rich in protein, and Schwarzenegger's physique grew by leaps and bounds. After just 1 month of military service, he won his first bodybuilding title, Mr. Junior Europe, in Stuttgart, Germany. Because he had left his base without permission to compete in Stuttgart, Mr. Junior Europe was greeted by a 1-year sentence in the brig upon his triumphant return to base. Schwarzenegger's training consisted of daily sessions that routinely lasted 5 hours. He ignored the pain and fatigue that resulted from these intense workouts. In fact, he considered exhaustion an indication of progress, and firmly believed that each hour spent in the gym brought him closer to his goals. In 1967, the 20-year-old Austrian earned the Mr. Universe title, the youngest champion in the history of that event. The following year, Schwarzenegger made his first visit to the United States to defend his crown at the Mr. Universe competition in Miami, Florida, but finished second to Frank Zane. Fitness pioneer Joe Weider, impressed by Schwarzenegger's early success, invited the Austrian bodybuilder to live and train under his patronage. Schwarzenegger moved to Los Angeles, where Weider provided him with an apartment, a car, and a weekly salary. In exchange, Schwarzenegger contributed articles discussing his innovative training methods to Weider's bodybuilding magazines, including Muscle and Fitness. Weider's backing allowed Schwarzenegger to devote himself almost exclusively to training, and at Gold's Gym in Venice, California, he focused his energies on recapturing the Mr. Universe crown. From bodybuilding to business. In 1969, Schwarzenegger recaptured the Mr. Universe title, going on to become the first person to win all 3 major bodybuilding competitions, Mr. Universe, Mr. World, and Mr. Olympia. At the peak of his career, the 6'2" Schwarzenegger weighed in at 235 pounds during competition, with a chest of 57 inches, a waist of 34 inches, and biceps of 22 inches. When he retired from bodybuilding in 1975, having invested wisely in a series of small businesses, as well as in real estate, he could boast 6 consecutive Mr. Olympia victories and 5 Mr. Universe titles. In 1980, at age 33, Schwarzenegger came out of retirement to take his 7th and final Mr. Olympia title. Having found success in bodybuilding, Schwarzenegger now turned his attention full-time to one of his main life goals, becoming a film actor. He enjoyed the attention of the public, and as early as 1970 he had appeared in the title role in the low-budget Italian television production Hercules Goes to New York. 3 years later he briefly appeared in Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye, and in 1975, the year he retired from bodybuilding, landed the breakthrough role of bodybuilder Joe Santos in Bob Rafelson's Stay Hungry. This film pits Santos against a group of land-hungry developers in Birmingham, Alabama, who want to demolish the gym where Santos and his comrades train. While the movie received little attention from critics, Schwarzenegger impressed critics with his confidence and unaffected manner, and in 1976 he was awarded the Golden Globe for Best New Actor. In 1977 Schwarzenegger appeared in the critically acclaimed documentary Pumping Iron, directed by George Butler and Robert Fiore. The film, which follows world-class bodybuilders preparing for competition, depicts bodybuilding as an artistic endeavor, bringing audiences into the gym where sculpting takes place. Culminating in a bodybuilding contest, the film reveals the depths of rivalry and tension that develop between contestants in such close quarters. In this setting, Schwarzenegger plays on his opponent's anxieties as easily as he moves heavy weights, and shows the full range of attributes that made him a champion. Although he was not acting in a role, critics were again stirred by Schwarzenegger's charismatic presence on screen, and pumping iron brought him to the attention of a wider public. Stars in first feature film. In 1982, Schwarzenegger appeared in his first feature film role, John Milius's Conan the Barbarian, based on the pulp novels of Robert E. Howard, pits a sword-wielding Schwarzenegger against an evil sorcerer and his minions. The film, along with Schwarzenegger's performance, was almost universally panned by critics, who found the actor's heavy German accent difficult to comprehend and his movements on screen stiff and unconvincing. Audiences, apparently, thought otherwise. Conan the Barbarian and Richard Fleischer's sequel, Conan the Destroyer, were box office hits, earning $100 million and $80 million respectively. 2 years later came the film that catapulted Schwarzenegger to the top of the action film industry, James Cameron's The Terminator. The film opens in the year 2029, after civilization has been destroyed in a nuclear war initiated by a supercomputer wrongly entrusted with the defense of the United States. The computer has since spawned an army of machines whose purpose is to exterminate residual humans. Schwarzenegger assumes the role of a murderous cyborg, or Terminator, a robotic skeleton and digital brain encased in human flesh that is sent back through time to the year 1984. His mission: to assassinate the mother of the yet-to-be-born man who will lead the human resistance against the post-Holocaust machine army. Knowing only the woman's name Sarah Connor, the Terminator begins systematically killing women with that name. The Sarah Connor in question, Linda Hamilton, manages to elude the cyborg, and is eventually joined by Kyle Reese, Michael Biehn, a human soldier who has traveled backward in time to protect her from the Terminator. The remainder of the picture is a tense, extended chase sequence during which Reese and Connor must constantly outmaneuver the relentless and virtually indestructible Terminator. Filmed on a moderate budget, The Terminator was another box office success for Schwarzenegger, earning $100 million. The title role required only convincing physical acting and the monotone delivery of appropriately timed one-liners, thereby making assets out of Schwarzenegger's acting liabilities, according to New Yorker contributor Terence Rafferty, who dubbed the film a smart, unpretentious, thoroughly enjoyable thriller, an ideal B-movie. This pattern of violence interspersed with comic relief established the formula for Schwarzenegger's next few films. The Terminator also gave Schwarzenegger his trademark line, "I'll be back." Commando, 1985, and Raw Deal, 1986, both feature Schwarzenegger in high-action, predictably violent roles. While reviewers found neither film notable, both grossed the enormous sums that were becoming routine for Schwarzenegger features. Although reviews of his performances were generally not positive, critics noted continued improvement in Schwarzenegger's acting, and acknowledged that he had gained fluency of movement and physical poise on screen. As with other challenges he had mastered, Schwarzenegger gained proficiency as an actor through dedication and hard work. Early in his career he took acting lessons, but as his career gained momentum he decided that the Hollywood soundstage was the best learning atmosphere. "I think the best practice you can get, the thing that makes you feel most comfortable and grow as an actor, is to work with different directors and different talented actors. It's on-the-job training," Schwarzenegger explained to Pat H. Broesk in interview. "The things that I have always worked on are the accent and the movement. Not that I want to get rid of the accent completely, because it has become a trademark, a signature." Other films followed in the wake of The Terminator, among them 1987's Predator, which finds Schwarzenegger cast as the leader of a military hostage rescue mission into a Central American jungle that goes awry when it is discovered that an alien being is behind the hostages' deaths. Featuring cutting-edge for its day special effects, Predator was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Red Heat, released the following year, was the first American motion picture to include scenes filmed in the Soviet Union. In this film Schwarzenegger stars opposite Jim Belushi as a Moscow-based KGB detective who has come to the United States in pursuit of a Russian drug czar. While Newsweek reviewer David Ensign found the co-stars' on-screen relationship unconvincing, Peter Travers expressed a different opinion in his People review, asserting that Schwarzenegger and Belushi prove they can crack heads and jokes with the best of them. Schwarzenegger's acting career reached another turning point with Twins. Forsaking his usual action